Nightmare Arreola. Vitali Klitschko.
Chief second only. Chief second only, please. Chief Mr. Klitschko. Mr. Fighter for the WBC Heavyweight Championship. A good, clean fight. Obey my commands and protect yourselves at all times. Touch gloves, good luck.
Says he looks like an orange picker to one of the stalwarts of the heavyweight in the 2000s.
Ideally, this won't require a lot of blow-by-blow. They're going to bang away.
Yeah, I think it's what it is.
I kind of doubt it. I think Vitali's going to try to back away for the first. He landed a little left hook to begin the evening. Able to get inside Klitschko's arms.
And what he's got to be careful is watching. Well, I would say this much at this point, Arreola has created
against Vitali. Sam Peter didn't exist. Juan Carlos Gomez in his most recent fight with his great defense.
And right now, Arreola has slowed down his momentum and his intensity has slowed down.
To discourage him from coming in.
1 minute and midway through. Our clock is momentarily not working, so I'll keep you posted on time.
In position with the jab to keep his distance. He finishes up everything with a long jab after he gets through.
Arreola's gloves.
Klitschko also holds his left hand well below his waist. Why, Emmanuel?
Left hand is right because he has an unusual sense and he can sense it and move away. It's one of the unique things I watched when I was watching him in training. He can feel if you're going to time to neutralize the punch. He takes great advantage of his height.
It's been a Vitali Klitschko round by and large up to now. The dominant action of the round has been won by Vitali Klitschko. And as is usually the case.
One more. All right, keep those hands up, baby. Just keep working behind that stick, all right?
Let's go, guys. Let's go. Get the stool. Let's go.
Rose is here to root for Arreola. He's buddies with promoter Dan Goosen and has been a guest in Arreola. Vitali Klitschko, 34 out of 88. To only 7 of 32 for Chris Arreola.
Sometimes the best way to deal with a jabber is to jab this round.
But so far, Klitschko has been keeping the fight. He cannot really get the range for his punches yet.
Might be easier for Chris to go to the body. And
He's at the stage right now. He's comfortable at the stage. But I will say, Chris, as we see right there, is creating a lot more anxiety than anyone else has did.
Knocking Arreola back a step. There's a body shot for Klitschko. He ain't pretty.
Arreola is making Klitschko work hard.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, the reason Vitali threw 88 punches in round one to keep him back. That's how eager Arreola is to get there.
Distances where he can just simply move back right there, and then reach in and punch.
Two good shots.
Yes, he has his own effective awkwardness, but it's very, very good. Very coordinated awkward.
German interpreter Rudy Kuntz.
Keep those hands moving, hands up, all right?
He keep up the pace. He's fighting with an open mouth, breathing through his mouth. My memory is
long distance fights still doing that all night because he maintains that certain space where he can get away with that.
And all of the punches.
Which angle they're coming from?
Well, the other thing is that he can throw arm punches with power.
If you're an Arreola given for treating yourself to the notion that he's getting closer and maybe doing a smile on Chris's face there after he ducked a punch from Vitali. Well, the question becomes who's paid more of a price to get through the first 3 rounds? Is Klitschko wearing down from all the movement and activity?
How long can he go on taking this kind of punishment? Klitschko is, with his PhD in sports science, a cold, calculated.
Pick it up. All right, deep breath. Don't get careless, right? I need you to be aggressive but smart. Right?
And creating a lot of more pressure on Vitali than anyone that he's fought in a long time.
Vitali Klitschko. Jim, I got to tell you, Chris Arreola is making the biggest mistake I've ever seen. You got to give him angles, and you got to work your way inside by giving him angles, just like he's doing there.
While you were talking, he landed, did Arreola, his two most effective punches of the fight so far. One was a right.
Harold, you want him to be another fighter. He's this fighter. There's a long way to go.
I would have to say that Arreola is taking that distance away from him and having his hands only fighting the best fight that he can fight.
And this may be changing the fight. Certainly need to get his supporters in the crowd into it here in this fourth round.
Vitali can get tired, but when you have experience, it's like a set very easy.
Well, Klitschko, he's so tall and he fights.
It was Arreola who promised us punches in bunches. He hasn't been able to get there enough.
Look for him underneath a little more, right?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Talk to
He
me,
has a
baby.
little loop room in his punches, and you see a little short left hook right here that landed by Arreola simply because he's closing the gap and getting closer where Vitali has.
Pressuring Klitschko, get closer, and cause Vitali to make a mistake. And in the fifth, another right hand. Lands a body shot, feet to turn back with the right hand.
Arreola got to be very careful. He didn't get too anxious and get too careless because he sees Vitali when Vitali can punch from a distance where he can punch at. He can hit just like that.
Manages to corner Vitali Klitschko.
Punches to the body. In this punches?
They should.
You don't in amateur boxing, but I think you should in professional boxing.
There was a moment in the fourth round when it appeared Klitschko might be tiring a little.
Hurting anywhere now. Well, and he knows that Vitali is not a big one-punch puncher.
Thank you. Good job. Go to the left and then retaliate with right, step out. Okay, first left, then right.
Don't you keep doing what you're doing. Cutting them off to the left, all right? And then we'll see what happens after that. I need those hands up.
Arreola almost walked into a big right hand.
He's got to be very.
He said he had a plan A, a plan B, and a plan C for this fight.
Arreola's still trying. Both Samuel and Juan Carlos Gomez, Klitschko's last two opponents, had basically given up by this
time, and it's turning out to be that. Even though he's winning it, he's really having to work. After every exchange and clinching. In fact, how many clinches have you saw in this entire fight?
That Arreola's momentum is waning. And now he almost got a big right hand onto the chin.
You land a clean punch on Vitali.
Well, you know, we've talked about Arreola, but it's really hard to hit Klitschko with the second shot.
Or hits you to keep the space.
He's fighting a very controlled distance fight.
Any of the last several opponents who just couldn't get inside on the big man. We're halfway through the scheduled 12 rounds.
One more.
Open your mouth, Chris. Open your mouth.
He's winning this fight on clean punching, as we see. Nice left jab, good right hand fist. I mean, he should warn Vitali for holding because Chris needs that, get him up real quick. So watch for that. 6-0 Klitschko.
Actually, Vitali's been so effective with his punches so far, Harold, that he's held less.
He's had the side-to-side movement that's kept.
Brother Vladimir is in Vitali's corner as well, as no doubt you've seen. Let's put it this way. You can't resist speculating on what would happen if the two brothers got into the ring with each other. Good body shot by Vitali Klitschko.
It's amazing how can return a punch back.
And that's, again, Emmanuel, because most of them...
And also because he is so adept at managing space in the ring.
Supreme conditioning, supremely important to a younger athlete.
This. The Klitschkos, both of whom weigh about 235, 240, because they come to camp in such magnificent shape that all they do is add muscle.
Okay, try to go
which is typical of the kind of punches he's landing as Arreola is trying to come in, catch it with clean shots, and then after he lands those shots, he usually moves.
Klitschko for the moment.
Control of the fight still. And, you know, he's keeping it at a
By
distance.
Arreola.
Maybe I spoke
Tries
too
to
soon.
jump in and make it mean something.
Arreola's just never stopped trying.
Succeeded in tiring Big Vitali out. That was part of the plan as articulated to us. I was about to say 40 seconds ago that Vitali seemed to be trying to take a rest in this round. I think Arreola
Arreola's put a lot, and now he's creating a lot of product because he's
unexpected things happen here than anywhere else.
It's the only game you can.
Blood coming now from the nostrils. Chris Arreola.
Stop.
Blood in the mouth.
Trickling down the rippling stomach.
I got you. Wait. Time.
Wilson.
Okay, mira. Keep doing what you're doing, okay? I want you to look for that right hand, but you gotta...
Okay, great.
Chris Arreola is 28 and still learning. Who throws first?
Vitali's experience is really showing his ability to think and function better because of having been there before.
He's closing in on the KO.
Yeah, yes, he's landing more. Even though Arreola's creating excitement.
Wait, I got you.
Can't stop the right hand. Little left hook as Arreola leaned in. How about that right uppercut?
The right uppercut as well as physically. And Arreola can't function as good.
Left jab and the straight right hand, and the right hand underneath. Vitali.
The ability to think is a big factor down now.
There was a moment in the 8th round when Arreola may have thought that he was at that moment. Arreola is still trying, but he can hold on.
Perfect tactical fight.
And again, credit to Arreola. He's pressured Vitali all the way and made him throw.
It's going wonderful.
I think the referee is stopping the fight.
Either the referee or Henry Ramirez, and I believe it might have been Henry Ramirez who simply didn't want to see his fighter go out and get battered around
I think
again.
it was a good call.
The way he could turn this around with a sudden shot. Vitali Klitschko.